What is going on, you guys? Saturday morning. It is pretty nippy. It is like 27 degrees right now, I think. We got the truck loaded up full of the Henry's 101 foundation coating. This is the non-fibered stuff. Didn't see many videos online about it, so super, I think we're gonna go with it. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. First thing we're gonna do is mark down 14 inches on our whole foundation, and because our grade's gonna be at 12, so we're gonna set down just a little bit just to give us a guideline on where to go. So we have our lines chalked here now, and what we're doing is we're gonna go around and brush off the bottom joint, and then we're gonna blow it off. I'm gonna just walk around with a hammer and make sure there's nothing protruding out of the foundation that we want to knock off before we start coating. All right, guys, so I'm not gonna make you watch hours and hours of us putting this on, but yeah, we got most of it on right now. This is the first side we did. It's bubbling a little bit. I don't know, it was really very cold when we put this on. It was like 27 degrees. It's warmer now, sun's out. So we have a little bit of sagging because it's cold, and if you over apply it, if you do over apply it, it will sag a little bit. So it's tough because it gets so thick when it's cold, really sporadic when you're when it's warming up. But we have this heated up in my truck, and we're just finishing up this last wall. I'll show you how we're applying this. First, he's going here with a roller and he's rolling it all on, and then I'm going right behind him with the brushing it on, and that's getting it into more of like the fine little holes. I think it's coming out pretty good. We are on our 7th gallon out of 8, and we only have a little bit left, so we might have to pop one more bucket open to finish it off, but we'll see. I guess it's not that bad. Let me show you the coverage. This is after a roller. So it gets pretty good. There's just some spots where there's little holes and you have to just brush it in. Guys, so the coverage on this thing, I think it said on the line 150 to 200 square foot per gallon, and I just estimated 175, so I split the difference, and we're gonna have a little bit over, probably about a half a bucket left, so pretty darn close in there. Just go in the middle, don't go on that high end. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna be short. This whole time I've been worried about being short, but it looks like we're gonna be pretty good. And I was worried about being short because the Home Depot is like 40 minutes away, so if you have to go back and get more, you're killing a good couple hours. And this stuff, you know, it being in the cold and it's sagging a little bit, it's kind of okay because it's kind of falling. You know, I'm trying to get it into the holes as best as I can, but it's kind of falling and covering everything and giving us a nice, good, thick finish on here. How to reach for the city lines. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket and playing. All right, good. So obviously we have a little bit of sagging in the product, and there are some like almost bubbles, but if you look at it, it's just going to collapse on itself. And if you open it up, there is material behind it, so it's just like probably a little bit extra material. It's not like if it pops it's going to be open there, so not concerning. You know, aesthetically it's not as good as you would get with having somebody come spray it on. Ideally a little bit warmer temps might have been better, but I think it's okay. And yeah, pretty darn happy with it. It's almost still like a little bit rubberized. It's not like sticky though, so it's all dry. But yeah, right now what I have to do is get the foam board. I think so. This is 9-foot walls. The foam board's 8 foot, and we're gonna lay them vertically, or I'm gonna lay them vertically. And this should go a little bit past this with the foam board. I might rip a little bit off of that just so we can get it under grade, which will probably look better in the long run. So let's get to that.
I think it's time for me to go and burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Pretty cold out today. I'm using the Loctite foam board adhesive, and so far in my experience going along and like running a strip around the middle, these foam boards are a little bit curved, so I'm assuming just how they stored them or they packaged them. So there's like a contact point in the middle on my boards that's going to be contacted, and the top's not, and this is not like, it's not going to grab it and bend the board and hold it. So doing that, I had a few fall off. I did come up with this method. It's gonna last 2 days before Mark comes to backfill. I just ripped down a 2x12 that I have sitting over there into like grade stake type deals, and I'm wedging it into the snow and then into the foam. And there's still adhesive on there, and I've changed the way I'm applying the adhesive. Let me show you how I'm doing it now, and I think it's a little bit better. So before I was just running it back and forth in the middle, and what I've changed to is basically I'm doing like big dots, thick circles, where there's no way that that is not going to have a good contact. So in combination with this, you know, it depends on how warped the board is, I'll do 4 to 5 dots, and that is going to hold it up in combination with these sticks, unless we get some torrential wind. So each one of these is ripped an 1.5 inches down. So on this 9-foot wall, it should be just below our grade line, and make it not visible, because I don't want to have to go back and do the work to cut it or cover it after the fact. Well, we could do that. I don't think it's going to be the best choice. See if it fits. It might be tight. Pretty darn close. I'll take it. I know somebody's gonna hop in the comments and say you're having heat loss by the top foot of exposure of the concrete, and while some people do go all the way up to the green plate, we're not doing that. I'm not going to do that detail to cover this or have it exposed up to the green plate. I think this is plenty sufficient. It'll get us a lot of insulation, and obviously a lot of this is underground, and that's air, a little bit different of transfer of temperature, and I'm just okay with it. You know, the rest of the house is gonna be completely fine, and there's gonna be somebody in the comments saying, oh, so much heat loss, but then they're gonna be the same people saying that you shouldn't use zip system and you should just use house wrap and all that air loss. So the rest of it's gonna be tight. This is obviously gonna be tight, but obviously you're gonna have that transfer. So I was a few short, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow and finish that up. That way the next day Mark can backfill. I will fill you in on how the adhesive stake combo worked. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the waterproofing. See if it does its job. Obviously, drainage is key down there, and we have some good drainage because we didn't have any issues when we were pouring footers or the concrete itself. So yeah, getting that in, it's exciting to not have a huge pit here. Obviously just the basement, but yeah, make sure you guys drop down below, hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be filming this whole build here for this awesome house, and we'd love to have you. All right guys, I'm dropping some stuff off and checking the progress. Mark was out here digging today. He has filled this backside in most of the way, and then he started digging out for our walkout. He filled in down here where they had the steps, and yeah, you can just walk right in now. It's not a crazy ditch, which is nice. So in theory, the walkout should come.
Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes and my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious.